again, and welcome to the Author Roundup. This special segment of the Book Connection Show showcases emerging indie authors who join us for a discussion of their newly published books. Join us for a conversation with our next guest author. Hey there, welcome to the podcast. My name is Emma, and I will be your host for today's episode. Today I have self-published author Cotton Bains, who is also a developmental coach, who has written the book The Excellent Choice, published by Archway Publishing. Hi, Cotton. How are you today?
Hi, Emma. How are you? I am very well.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
good. Thank you. So you published your book this year, correct?
Yes, in
Okay, and
June.
this is your first book that you've published?
That's my first book. That's the
Okay,
first one. Yeah.
awesome. And can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, the book was written for the people who are trying to achieve more, to do more with their capabilities and talents. And I've been putting together all these ideas for a long time, and then I decided to write them down so I can put it out there. That's the idea.
Okay,
Yes.
very cool.
It's a motivational book. I try to keep the idea of the coach within the book, so that's the way I wrote the book. Yes.
Okay. And so your book is called The Excellent Choice, and you describe in your book that excellence is the ultimate state of performance based on purpose and preparedness. Can you unpack what that means and how you define excellence in practical terms?
Well, throughout my experience accompanying people or supporting people on groups and individuals to reach their goals, I noticed that everybody who is going to seriously try to do something needs to be prepared and have a purpose, find a purpose behind what they're doing, and to stay motivated. So that's the basis of the book. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so as a coach, I'm sure you've worked with, individuals and teams in their pursuit of excellence and, wanting to be fulfilled. What common traits or mindsets do you see in those who do achieve true excellence?
You know, it is always it's always the same pattern. Is the same approach. If I work with athletes or with different individuals or groups and enterprises and stuff, and everybody they come with the mindset of trying to improve themselves or trying to make the best out of this situation that they're into, and with that basic approach, everybody develops certain tools, and they work with the same energy, and that's the energy that I try to describe in the book. Is you can find it all over the spectrum. Yes.
Okay. And in your book, you talk about synchronicity between thoughts and actions. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it's simple. You think something and you move towards that. You do everything you do is gonna be connected to that what you're thinking, your vision. I talk about my visions and or the visions of the individuals, and every most of the things that we do should be somehow connected to that, leading towards that. That's is actually the same thing what I was saying is you find that everywhere everybody who's trying to achieve a goal get prepared, and every move or most of the moves that we do has something to do with that vision, and then the idea is just to be as good as possible or to have the best performance as possible, and that's the base of preparation, and yes, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And so how is your book laid out, I guess? Like what's the journey that you wanted the readers to go on? Is it more of like a practical guide with like tools and resources, or are there stories in there, or is it also about like your background and your memoir?
I come across as the coach. I didn't want to come as like a storyteller like my mother did or my uncle did or something. I saw
Right.
my professor did something. No, I wanted to be just like that voice that they already have. They have my reader have a vision. They want to achieve something. They wouldn't. take my book in their hands if they wasn't trying to improve. So
Mhm.
my idea is to coach or to support that energy that they come with already, and
Mhm.
that's how the book is laid out. I'm very lucky that I could implement like energetic aspects into the book, like the mindset and then emotional parts. Which I had the privilege to work with an artist who made 10 different paintings for the book, and that
Oh.
brings an emotional aspect into it. So it's not storytelling, but it keeps you focused on what you want to achieve. Yes.
How did the idea for having these paintings in your book come about? That's really cool.
It was simple. I try to have everything we do needs emotions, and I have poetry into the book, and then I have paintings in the book, and then there are my thoughts on the other side. And I try to incorporate all the energies that I think a person is going to need when they're going to do something exceptional, when you're going to do something really well. So if that's the idea, then you don't want to leave out any tool. You want to be well equipped, and that's why I worked with Gigi. I'm very privileged that Gigi decided to work with me in this
Great.
project.
Very cool. And well, clearly coaching, others towards excellence is a passion of yours. What inspired you to dedicate your life's work to this mission, and what's a little bit about your background?
I think I'm just a very privileged person. I long time ago I tried to become an athlete, and that didn't really I didn't become I wasn't the best athlete or whatever, but I prepared myself for this journey in the psychological aspect of achieving, and then I started many years ago with groups and different groups, and then I developed all this how can I say this knowledge, and that got me to this point where I wrote down this excellent choice book. Yes.
Yeah, very cool. And have you written before? Have you always enjoyed writing?
Yes, I've been writing for my people, for my clients all the time, because they have notes that they keep with them, most of them. Uh, we communicate in different ways, and then that was always an aspect. So I always played with the words and try to keep them thinking and motivated and stuff. So it was a natural thing for me to do, to write down this. It's a short book actually, so I it wasn't that extensively, just like short.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you have an excellent coach growing up, or someone that you looked up to that, motivated you today, the way you are today, or
I am, again, as I said, very privileged. So I've been around some very nice people, people that I could learn a lot from teachers to friends, and everybody around me contributed to the person I am and to the things that I know. My clients, every client from the first one that I had many years ago until now, uh, has helped me to develop these ideas. So that's where I get these things from.
okay. And so if someone wants to begin to cultivate excellence in their, daily habits, even if they're starting from a place of self-doubt or lack of direction, what would you say to them, or what steps would you say for them to start, today in their daily
Self doubt, self doubt. Uh, the person that is going to read my book is already has an idea. I think if you're doubting yourself and you're not sure if you want to do something, it's that you're
Yeah.
asking me, then we will have to take a deep dive into ourselves. And I have a chapter about authenticity. Then you take a deep dive into yourself to find out what is it that's going to keep you awake in the morning, or wake you up early in the morning, or
Hmm.
something that's going to move you positively, something that's going to have you all full of energy, energized. and then the doubts would just go away. When you find that thing, whatever that is going to be something that you can't wait to do, can't wait to
Mhm.
tell the world about, like my book, for example. I want everybody to see it. I want, like, that's why we're speaking right now, Emma.
Mhm.
um, the idea is to find something that you can't wait to do, that you can't get enough. You can be physically tired and you just can't stop doing it because it's just the only thing you would like to do. And then the doubts would just go away. The doubts are here when we are not clear about what we are doing, when it's not when it's not an original idea, I would say. Yeah.
Mhm. And have you come into contact with someone or have you worked with someone specifically whose stories has stuck out to you? Like someone that was really low in life and you coached them and then they really like started to achieve their goals. Does someone stick out to you in particular?
Of course, we go through all different kinds of how can I say, situations
Hmm.
when we are coaching people. I have people who are very successful before they come to me, and for some reason they try to incorporate the energy that I have or some theories that I have into what they are already doing, but they were already very successful. And then I have people who come from the beginning, like really, we are going to do this. We're creating a team here. Then they do the team building aspect of what they are doing, and then the mindset, we get the mindset together so everybody's like on the same page and stuff. Or individually, people who come with an idea, I would like to do this, but I
Hmm.
am not ready yet. What do I need to do? We get it's a complex question you're asking, because yes, we've had that, but I am not a psychotherapist. That's not what I am doing. If that's what you're asking me, like if somebody was very sad and they come to me, that's not the person looking for me. The person looking for me has an idea, a vision, and they want to do or become or grow, and that's what we work towards.
Okay. And what kind of advice would you give, or what's your method for um, how you can keep this excellence in life and not fall into, old habits or someone that just really wants to keep on like a really balanced growth or success in their life?
As I wrote in the book, once you are passionate about something, and that's right, and that's is I have another chapter. It's called positive initiative. Once your idea is right and you can stand behind it, then you will have no problems staying motivated all over the time, because you're improving. If you are positively motivated, then you are hungry to grow, and
Mhm.
every day presents new opportunities to learn something. You are going to find people that are sometimes better than you at what you're doing, and you're going to learn from them. You're going to be somehow motivated to climb higher, or do more. And the idea of staying motivated is very simple. Just do that what's right for you, what you think that is going to, again, I'm repeating myself here, but it's going to keep you awake or get you up very early in the morning, and it's a good thing. And then the motivation is not a problem if you are doing the right thing. The energy is going into the right direction. Yeah.
Mhm. And so you mentioned in your book the compelling energy of goals. How does having a strong purpose or vision transform the way people perform and lead?
Just as I was saying before, when you have a goal that is so compelling, as you just, that word that you just used, that I used in the book in the introduction, is when your goal is so positive that you just can't do without working on it, then that's the nicest, most beautiful place to be into. That's that's where everybody grows. That's where you perform the best. And even if things don't work out exactly the way you want it to be right now, you're gonna be excited to try another way. Even if you tried something right here on this side and it didn't work, then you're just going to move on to the next with the optimism of I am prepared for this. This one didn't work. Let's try this one, and then the motivation and stuff. That's then simply is automatic.
Hmm. And so what inspired the idea for your book?
My clients. I am excited to talk about what I do without calling the name of my clients. But I am excited to work with my clients to see their growth, to participate. Like my contribution is very small, somewhere in the back that nobody knows, but just to be part of their journey and to experience the growth and the satisfaction that they have doing what they do, the fulfillment. That's the inspiration. The inspiration is to see people or groups do stuff that keeps them alive, keeps them excited.
Excited, yeah. And when did you
Mhm.
start writing your book?
1.5 years ago, or actually 2 years ago, because it's been out now since June. 2 years ago,
Okay.
I took my time, so I took 1.5 years to write the book, to get
And
everything the way
so
I wanted it.
yeah. And so, when you approached writing, did you have notes that you had, written down from your clients, and from coaching, or was it all something that just like came to you and you just wrote down from memory, or did you like have, client notes that you would incorporate and help you write the book?
I am, as you see around here, I am in Sardinia in the middle of nowhere. I wrote the book here
Oh,
on what
nice.
incredible place,
Yeah, that's a
one of the
nice
most
little
beautiful
setting
places in
to
the
write a
world,
book.
places in the world. Yes, it's one of the most beautiful places. I am, again, very privileged. I live already one of the most beautiful places. I live in Switzerland. And
Oh,
then,
lovely.
yes, and that's already for me one of the most beautiful places. And I come here to Sardinia to clear my mind and spend time with my wife. And here in Sardinia, we have the tranquility. So when you ask if I had notes, I just had to dig into myself, into my experiences, and listen again to the stories that I went through until today. And then I got these things together. Yes.
Okay. And so when did you know you wanted to go with self-publishing?
Self-publishing happens because I think the book had to come out right away.
Mm-hmm.
I have other things going on, and I wanted to get the book out there right away. I didn't want to wait for somebody to read it and tell me whatever they think. I just wanted to get the book. I believe in the book 100%. I naturally, it is my baby. It is the most beautiful baby in the world. Everybody thinks that, and I think I have the best book ever written. So of course, I wanted to get it out there. That's why I chose also English. I could have written a book in German or Spanish or whatever, but I chose English because I wanted to get the book in the most important market and the place where I think people understand mental training the best, and that's the US and Canada. So I decided to get the book out there. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
did self-publishing.
And what would you say makes your book different than other, motivating or self-care in a way or coaching books? What makes your book different?
My book is unique, Emma. My book is something that I am pretty sure is the first. I have a combination of my theories and the art part, the combination of heart and mental training. It is something probably unique. I think it's unique. My book is unique out there. Is the first. Is the first. The quality of Gigi Rigamonti's painting, that's something you're not going to find in a book like this. And
Mm-hmm.
the way I see things is unique because it comes from me. I am the only version of myself. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes it again unique. And I have an approach. I don't tell people what to do because I don't believe in setting up 100 rules and you follow these rules and you're going to become whatever. I don't think it never worked. It never worked
Mhm.
for anybody. It works for a moment. And then, as you said before at the beginning, people are going to lose their way, lose their motivation and stuff. It has to come from you. It has to come from
Mhm.
the individual reading the book, the
Mhm.
person with the vision. And that's the reason I wrote it the way I wrote it. And that makes it unique.
Mhm. And so, the paintings in your book, by the artist, how did that relationship begin, and how is the relationship between writer and artist? How did the journey go throughout the book, as far as like her choosing, types of
Is
painting
his.
in the book,
It's
or
Gigi is the guy. Gigi is the
oh,
man.
okay,
It's not.
Gigi, okay, okay,
Yes. Well, we live in this fantastic place here in Italy. Gigi is from Milano. He moved
oh,
to
cool,
Sardinia a long time ago. He moved to Sardinia, I think, 30 years ago. And just by coincidence, the universe, I drive through the middle of nowhere, and I ran into Gigi. I already was writing the book. We became friends. I didn't tell him I was writing the book until I finished the book. And then
oh,
I
okay,
called him from Switzerland and tell him, look, I told him, look, I have this book here. I thought about you and he prepared the 10 extreme high quality paintings for the book. So the
oh,
combination of
cool,
the art and my poetry and the prose in the book is going to be the reason why my book is going to be different than other self-help books. And the idea that I speak directly to the individual and what they are trying to achieve, and not setting up rules for everybody, like you're going to be this or you're going to be that, and everybody's going to follow the same rules. That's the how can I say, that's the strength of my book.
okay.
Mhm.
And so how was it receiving or seeing the paintings, that you said 10 paintings for your book? How did they
Mhm.
get divided in your book, and what was the process for that?
Well, Gigi had the chapters. He knew what we were writing.
Okay.
I was writing what I wrote about, so he could prepare paintings
Okay.
for these chapters. That
Oh,
was
cool.
simple. That was his part, and that was very nice. His genius.
Okay, cool. Can you share any anecdotes of your writing experience, writing your book?
I think the process of writing the book was a beautiful thing for me to think about the way I work. I
Mhm.
see the results daily when I have my conversations or interactions with my clients.
Mhm.
But to go deep into it alone and write it down was a beautiful thing. I am very grateful for the experience that I could go back to the beginnings of why and how, and put it down on paper. So it was a beautiful thing to do, to write down the book. Yes.
Mhm. And what was your I know that you mentioned that you wrote your book, where you are right now. So it's
In
beautiful
Sardinia,
set
Sardinia, Italy. Yes.
in Italy,
Yes.
yeah. So beautiful setting, very, peaceful. Even more, what was your writing routine like, or your schedule? How did you go about writing every day?
I am not an early bird. I am the earliest bird.
Oh my God,
I
really?
Yes, I am the guy who starts like 4:30 in the morning with a workout, then I write from 5:30.
That's
That's me.
yeah.
And I've been
I can see
always
that.
like that. I've always been like that since I'm a kid.
Wow.
I am not the early bird is gonna be late for me. He's gonna miss something. So I write in the dark, and then daylight comes, the most incredible daylight out
Right.
behind me, and it's easy to be inspired in this
Yeah.
energy, in this environment.
Hmm. Does your wife wake up that early too?
No, no,
No.
I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't do that to her. It's my experience. The day. the days for me to enjoy. It's a
Yeah.
privilege to get up. It's a privilege to do something. I have a vision, and as I said before, I can't wait to get started with
Mhm.
either my coachings or my
Love
writing.
that.
It is a privilege to do this interview with you.
Mhm.
It's a privilege to say I wrote the book. It's a privilege to say I am the coach of this group or this person.
Mhm.
So knowing the having the energy of that privilege is something that gives you empowers you. So I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
stay in bed. Yeah.
I feel like you're just a huge ball of energy and positivity, and you're such a like a motivating and, grateful person. How have you become this, grateful person? Have you always been like that?
I think so because, of course, life presents challenges to everybody.
For
But
sure.
I was, I was always a privileged person. I went to some incredible schools, nice people, nice teachers, nice everything. So I live again. I live in Switzerland. Life is just good to me.
Hmm.
So it's easy to feel the way I do. I don't think everybody can feel the way I do because not everybody has the experiences that I have and the,
Yeah.
and the I don't want to say luck, but the privilege that I wrote about privilege in the book in one of my
Mhm.
chapters. It is something you have to acknowledge that some of the things that are happening to you, you don't choose the
Mhm.
time and place and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was privileged to be here now, not 150 years ago or
Yeah, yeah,
so. So
true.
yeah, so I am that guy that walk around with a smile, but it is based on reality. I'm not. It's not. It's this is my privilege.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
mentioned earlier about like the coincidences and the universe. Do you believe in this is just random. I just want to know, but do you believe in like karma? Are you someone that believes in
I
karma?
wouldn't go that far, Emma. I wouldn't. I hope this is not part of our interview. I wouldn't go that far because I want to feel like I can do a lot to
Hmm.
achieve my goals and to live in a positive way. And I wrote down everything. To answer your question, I think the actions that I take and the habits that I have are going to lead to certain situations, certain
Yeah, for sure.
the my habits and my actions are going to lead to situations that are going to lead me to certain type of people
Hmm.
and everything. All my experiences are going to be a consequence of the way I am. And knowing
Yeah.
that, then I just try to be the best version of myself. And I keep meeting these incredible people and doing these incredible things. But to do these incredible things, I have to contribute. I have to bring something to the table all the time, every time. And that has to be a positive thing
Hmm.
and that's easy if the mindset is there. And
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
that's what I
Yeah.
wrote down in my book. So maybe
Okay,
you
yeah.
can
I love that.
utilize
I
it.
love that answer. Was there a part of your book that was the most fun or interesting for you to write, or is there a favorite section in your book that you particularly enjoy?
I love the book, Emma. I love the poetry in the book. There are a few poems in the book. There are some just slogans you can say in the book. I don't know the right word for these short messages in the book. I love those, and I love the way I try to explain the things because it's the way I talk. You think you notice in my interview now is the same way I write.
Hmm.
So I love the entire book. I wouldn't put it out there if I didn't love it. I read it about 12 times. I read it. I finished the book on the 5th of November, and I didn't send it in until beginning of January
Hmm.
to Archway because I read it so many times to be sure that it is me. It is
Hmm.
100% authentic. It is so I love the entire book. I love everything about it.
Nice. And
Mhm.
did you have a difficult part of your writing process?
No, not difficult. Of course, I had parts were repetitive and I took them out and stuff, but this
Mhm.
is normal. This is something that I think
Yeah, just
all
editing.
writers have. I had to make it easy to read, and that took some time, but it wasn't difficult. No.
Okay, nice. And, what's the nicest feedback or review you've received a bit about your book since it's came out?
Especially from friends and the friends or people or clients, people who know me,
Mhm.
who've been around me. I have clients that have been with me for a long time,
Okay.
and these feedbacks that it is me, it is authentic, is very important to me. Is
Mhm.
Of course, if they are my clients, it's been good for them, but and my friends should see me in the book also. I shouldn't write something that they don't find me into, because then it is not real and I'm pretending or something. So it's not real. So that was the nicest part, was to hear that it is authentic. Yeah.
Authentic. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so did people in your inner circle and colleagues and clients, did they know that you were writing a book?
I don't think so.
No, you just kept it to
There
yourself?
may be very close friends or
Yeah.
so, maybe a few very, very close friends, but they know me. I talk like this all the time. Hiking with me is like a coaching session. This is me. They don't know me any other way. So nobody is surprised that I wrote the book. But I didn't go around telling her I'm gonna write the book, and it's gonna be. No, I didn't do that. I told the people I thought I should have.
Mhm. And what does your family think about your book?
Of course, of course they like it. But they're my family. Do they count? I don't know. They're gonna like it
Yeah, they
because
count. Yeah, of course.
okay, then yes, they like it, but they're not part. They're not really. How can I say? I need other people to review the book. They are gonna say, This is nice" and whatever, and they love it and stuff. But yes, but they are family, so I accept, and I am grateful for their opinion. But it's very important that somebody somewhere in Kathmandu that reads the book have a
Mhm.
have something from the book.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. What advice would you give to a writer working on his or her first book?
I don't know if I'm in that position as a writer. Is my first? Is still warm. I mean, I can't just be yourself. Make it
Mhm.
an authentic product.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I could say. Make sure it is
Good.
you,
Yeah.
whatever you. Well, if it's storytelling or so, then whatever. But if you're gonna do something, make sure it reflects your persona, and
Mhm.
that's part of the book again. So
Mhm. Yeah.
is the same advice.
And, what are some of your personal or professional book goals for the rest of 2025?
2025, we are already in October, so it's like few months.
Yep.
I want to get the book out there, Emma. I want the book to be everywhere. I travel a lot, and I want to see the book everywhere. I want to see people reading the book and getting something from it. And
Mhm.
I naturally I want it to be a success, because everybody wants what you do to be a success. So I want the book to be a success, and I want it also to be a tool for other people who don't have the privilege to be coached by me in
Mhm.
weekly basis or so, to be able to go to the store or to order the book on Amazon or wherever, and get the book and get part of that philosophy that it's been helping people for so long. It sounds
Mhm.
big, but it's true. Is what I
Yeah.
want. I want the book to be everywhere.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you would, like to share with us or mention today?
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you
Yeah.
guys for giving me the opportunity to present the book, to talk about it. I love talking about it. I could talk about it for hours. No, thank you very much for having me, for this being part of this journey. It is fantastic. It is beautiful. I enjoy every second, even the things that I don't understand. I enjoy. the idea that you were going to kind of have everybody nervous since about two
Oh
days
no.
because you are going to be on this call with me. It's a nice, beautiful experience,
Oh.
and I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very
Oh.
much.
Well, thank you so much. It's been such, a joy to talk to you. I think you're wonderful, and I love your book, and I know that a lot of individuals after this, interview will be motivated, and after this episode, and I hope that they, go out and get your book and read it for themselves and leave you a nice review and spread the word about it.
Thank you very much, Emma.
All right. Well, if you're listening out there, you can head to archwaypublishing.com to purchase the book online. It's also available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And if and when you do purchase Cotton's book, please leave him a great review. He would love that. And thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time.